involved with Children's Home is that I was drinking and getting high, smoking crack cocaine. I had a son born positive for cocaine on September 26, 1996. I remember when I gave birth to George, his name was George, when I gave birth to him, I remember very vaguely hearing the doctor say that he has a white coat over him. And so I pretty much knew then that he was cocaine. It was cocaine positive baby. A couple of weeks later, October the 8th to be exact, was when DCFS knocked on the door with the police and took two of my boys and placed them into custody. At that time, I hid with my other son, and I've never told anyone this before. I've always told them that I wasn't at home at the time, but I was there. I ran with my other kids for a couple of weeks, and then finally they were like, we need you to come down to the office, bring the other kids. We just need to see that they're fine. And it was 1, 2, 3, 4 other kids besides the 2 that they had took, and plus my grandchild. And when I went down to the office, they placed them in custody with DCFS. And that's when they gave me Children's Home as my agency. When my kids were taken from me, it was pure hell. For me and for them. It didn't stop there for me. I continued getting high. It didn't start changing and getting better for me and for them until I finally came to the realization that I needed to make a change. And that happened after I went to treatment. I immediately signed up for outpatient treatment through White Oaks, but I didn't succeed in the program. I got 4 dirty drops. I still wanted to get high, I still wanted to drink, and I did. The caseworkers at Children's Home, the caseworkers that I had at the time, Miss Julie Lantine and Brad Singer, Brad was the soft one. Brad pretty much, tried to work with me, help me to get through everything I needed to go through. Julie Lantine was like the enforcer. She wasn't going to take no stuff, and she didn't take no stuff, and she wasn't trying to hear it, and you wasn't going to sugarcoat nothing with her. We went to court, and this lady went up to the front and testified for me on my behalf. And I've never known anyone to do nothing like that. I've never known any agency, and the only one I've been involved with is Children's Home. But again, not putting any other agencies down, I've never known anyone to be that involved and be that concerned and compassionate about trying to help an individual. Julie was right there through it all. Brad was right there through it all. When I first got the kids back, I remember I had a fire, and it was late at night. And the first person on the scene was Julie Lantine. Julie Lantine and one of my kids' foster parents had came out to my daughter's apartment late at night with a whole bunch of cereal and a whole bunch of other stuff, blankets, anything at all that you could ask for. And she did not have to get up out the bed and come and do that, and she did. To this day, she still checks on me from time to time. I'm truly grateful for Children's Home. I'm truly grateful for DCFS, because without DCFS, without Children's Home, being there and walking through everything that I went through and not giving up on me, I was able to get my life back together. I'm 8 years clean and sober today. I have all of my kids back from DCFS. George goes to Jameson School. He's working with wonderful people there. Right now today, George is functioning, I think, wonderful to have went through the changes that he went through in his life. Mm-hmm. He functions at the level of like a 6 or 7-year-old. I'm just thankful that I'm clean and sober, to be able to take care of him the way I am.
That's right.
And it all started out here. They've been there for me. Children's Home been there for me the whole entire time. I have nothing. I don't have a bad word to say. I really don't. My kids did go through some bad times and they went through some good times, but in the end, we all succeeded. Whatever I need to do to make sure that I don't go back down that road that I went before, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I don't go back down that road. Not only for the people in the community that believe in me, but for myself and for my kids. I believe now that God put George here for a reason. and he put George here to get me off the stuff that I was on. And so that's why he's making sure that I'm okay, and so I can take care of George, and George can make it through